Office Hours with me here, Emil Pierce, your host. And with me today, I have a guest that we did not really host for a very long time. Pawan Jain, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking, Emil. Just having fun. And
Yeah.
yeah, hope. So last time we had something similar to this was in Hacktoberfest. So it's been
Yeah.
definitely a long time.
Oh man, that's actually was if it was Oktoberfest, then it was almost a year. That's crazy. Actually, if you haven't noticed, me and Pawan are rocking the same T-shirt, which it's kind of cool. I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
that we have this special merch.
Yep.
But in any case, before we will continue, I would really appreciate and we would like to know where you are joining us from. So just type in the chat your country, what is the time for you? I will start by saying that I'm based in Israel, and the time for me right now is 18:30, basically 6:30 p.m. Pawan, what is it for you, man?
So I'm based in India. It is UTC plus 5:30 time zone, and right now it's 9 p.m. It's night. So yeah.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, so okay, good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we have Kevin in the kind of backstage production. Is based in the U.S. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really crazy that we have kind of this initiative worldwide that we are spread basically in almost every corner of the world. So yeah, it's crazy. So again, feel free to tell us where you are joining us from. If you are watching us on YouTube, if you are watching us on LinkedIn, you can leave a comment. Um, and I think the comment section is open under the actual live stream, and the same goes for Twitter live stream. If you are watching on Twitter, the same. Just it's basically in a tweet format, but let us know there, and we will begin. So we have a lot of changes and stuff that are happening during, I guess, the last 2 3 months. We had a discussion on the last session with Socrates, the
Mm-hmm.
VP of Engineering, about components and the way that we are right now building kind of our um, message or our basically component based features that you all could really enjoy from very very fast and very soon
Mm-hmm.
at least. And one of the things that really excites me about it, actually right now I'm working on capturing the development process of what is the team is going through,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really really fascinating. And just the sheer fact that I searched today in our open issues on GitHub under the main repository. I saw that we have like 49 or maybe 50 open issues
Mm-hmm.
related to basically notification center or the inbox thing that
Mm-hmm.
we are the way that we are now calling it. And this is really ties up very good with having Pawan here.
Mm-hmm.
And for the viewers and the community that are watching this, if you have not met Pawan yet, he is the face and the keyword and the words that are behind our customer success and support team. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, if you are joining Novu or creating an account, Pawan's face is probably the one that you will see kind of at the bottom,
Yeah.
popping up with the intercom kind of, hey, welcome
Yeah.
to Novu. Let me know if I can help you. So
Yep.
here we have Pawan in person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pawan, how long were you been in that position? Because I know that we're going way back.
Yeah, it's close to 1.5 year
Hmm.
in the same position, and yeah, I'm enjoying. It's been fun, and you are correct. Whenever somebody joins Novu, the first person they see, the first face they see is mine,
Yeah,
which comes from the right side. So yeah, and in the
right.
community as well, in the Discord community as well, most of the time. they get response from me or any person from team or some community member. But yeah, most of the time I will be interacting with them. So I think if somebody is using Novu, then maybe they know my name. They have
Yeah,
interacted with
they
me.
should. They should.
Hmm.
They should recognize you. They should see your name. And I think that having those occasional office hour session with you to tie basically the name and the avatar with the actual
Hmm.
talking face and voice is pretty nice. Um,
Yep.
so um, what I would want, maybe before we kind of dive into the main stuff that I would like us to discuss,
Hmm.
from your point of view and from the perspective that you have as the one who is basically get into all the trenches and to all the weeds of what Novo is and how it operates, and basically coming across every question or every issue that
Hmm.
customers face or users face.
Hmm.
How do you feel that Novo has shaped or changed during the time that you were here, or maybe even the past year?
Uh, I would say we have changed a lot, specifically in past 3 months. And
Hmm.
if you ask about when I joined, we had a very different UI, very simple product, very simple UI, and not there were not a lot of features that we support right now. So
Hmm.
we are building, constantly building from when I joined to till now. And in the last 3 months, there have been drastic change in the product. We launched Novo Framework, our V2 version. We were working on the inbox component that is highly customizable, easy to use, very have very low size, very less size. Like earlier, we used to have very like 500 KB notification center, which was huge
Hmm.
in size. But now we have very lightweight size inbox component. So I would say a lot has changed, and it's been learning for me as well. Getting to know how customers are using Novu, how what are their use cases, and what are the common issues they face. So yeah.
If I will ask you right now, what is the I will positioning it maybe in two ways. The first
Hmm.
question would be, um, what is a conversation or an issue that you kind of remember that was very tough or very kind of hard to tackle and to address, and what? Okay, I will start with that one. So
Hmm.
please address that question.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. So there was one instance where so we support push channel. We support many push providers. There are FCM, there are Expo, there are many other push providers as well. But back then, when this issue came, we were not having those push providers that we support today. I think at that time we only had FCM, Expo, and I think one signal. These were the three push
Hmm.
providers that we supported at that time when that particular issue came. So that user shared that they are they are using Novu, they are using push channel, they are using Expo provider. When they use Novu, they are not getting notification, but when they use Expo without Novu, they are getting notification,
Hmm.
the push notification. So it was very tough because Expo push provider have some strange thing where they handle the invalid token differently. How
Hmm.
FCM handles the invalid token and how Expo handles the invalid token. And so me and one of the engineers from our team, Pablo, we were debugging the issue. What is the root cause? What is the root cause? But we never sent the wrong device token. We were just testing with the correct device token. So and we were not able to find out the root cause. So we were testing, but it took us some time to get to the root cause. And then when we tested with the wrong device token, then we were able to find the root cause. So it was a bit tough because this is a case of testing with many test cases. So yeah, so this was the hardest thing that I encountered. Why is this hardest? Because customers were waiting, and we were not able to find out the root cause as early as we possible. But in the end, it got fixed, and yeah, it worked as usual.
So I remember that there were a few periods that basically when you actually needed to go and take a rest and go on a vacation, I needed to um,
Yeah.
I volunteered for you basically to
Mm-hmm.
handle some of the customer success and support stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
man, it's crazy. It's crazy
Mm-hmm.
because you basically don't know when or what will be the difficulty and what when the issue is going to be posted by, but you know that on the other end, from the moment that something was posted, if it's via intercom or if it's on Discord, there is an actual person like you and me just sitting on the other end and just looking at the screen and waiting for a response, for like ways to troubleshoot this, some kind of guidance, some maybe
Mm-hmm.
advice. And this is so crazy because it builds this type of tension, maybe, or this kind of even pressure a bit, because you know that um, all what you are aiming for or what you're trying to do is basically help someone solve their pain or help someone
Yeah.
solve their problem. And this is crazy. And so you are basically kind of a Novu doctor in a
Mm-hmm.
way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, people are coming to our Discord server or Intercom. Basically, they are coming to some Novo clinic to get their issue checked up and see that like
Yeah.
how they can fix this thing. Um, Now let's really kind of start maybe step by step going into what we want really to maybe discuss, and we're going to touch a bit some of the common issues that the community and our users are facing. Something that maybe will just help you see the issues and the question and the queries that sometimes you might see somewhere are being posted. Maybe just kind of visualize this a bit better, understand a bit better what it's really about, and hopefully understand better how Novo works and how you can approach stuff and solve different stuff or things that you are facing with.
Mm-hmm.
So, and before that, we know that there are the two main channels that you can communicate with us, with Pawan and with the team, which are the Discord, the thing that you are basically getting directed to very instantly from our main GitHub repository. You have a link to our GitHub community, and as we said at the beginning, when you are signing up to Novu, you have Pawan's face basically asking you in a kind of chat manner, hey, let me know if I can help you in any way. So, Pawan,
Mm-hmm.
what is the way or the correct way, in your opinion, to ask the question and get the most kind of effective results? And if you can maybe even give us some visual kind of walkthrough of how the stuff looks like, so people will have also a visual reference to that.
Yeah. So first, I will like to like share
Yeah.
the uh so first thing is intercom and Discord. I would say.
You
So
do
intercom.
you have your screen shared? If you're sharing.
So do you want me to share the intercom or like
Yeah. Yeah.
what do you want to? Do you want
So
to
yeah,
me
let's
go
start
through
with
the
Discord one.
Discord?
Yeah.
Discord one. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 minute. Let me share my screen. Give me 1 minute. Give me just 1 minute. Yep. So do you see my screen?
Um. Yeah, I think now we can see your screen. Yes.
Yeah, so there are main channels, few channels, which is active. First is the chat channel. This is the channel where user lands whenever somebody joins the Discord community. Other channel is engineering, where you can talk anything about engineering, how everything is working related to like Novu. They have you have any question, and then we have contributor channel as well, where if somebody wants to contribute to Novu, you can run Novu in local machine. You can contribute to Novu being an open source project. We get many contributions. You can
Hmm.
talk about anything about contribution here. And then we have the support channel. So this is our main support channel, where you can ask any question. If you are SaaS user, then this is the channel. If you are self-hosting Novu, then community self-host is the channel. We have guidelines for each channel, because if you see, while you ask any question, it is from other side, who the person who is going to respond will require as much details as like that person will require many details to debug the issue. It can be some npm version, it can be Novo version, it can be steps to reproduction, how you reproduce the bug, or if you want to share something, if you have question related to any feature, how to use feature, how exactly you are using right now, and what is your use case, what is your outcome, what you are looking. So these much details will help the person who will be going to respond. That can be me or any team member. So yeah, so this is the channel where you can ask any question. And in Discord community overall, here you can check out other questions that have been asked in past. Maybe you don't need to ask the question. Your question will be answered already. You question have been asked by some person already, because uh, there are many questions that are repeated. So I also sometimes share the link of old question, that check out this answer, and it will be easy if you can check out this answer, and your issue will be solved. So
Yeah.
this is the perfect place. And so in overall, Discord is the perfect place where you can ask support question, you can share anything, share feedback, share any bug. You can talk to other users who are using Novu. Yeah, so this is a perfect place. And intercom, in intercom is more of user for SaaS based users who are using our cloud version. And because in intercom we have much more capability where we can identify somebody's email, somebody's user organization ID, somebody's environment ID. We have
Hmm.
some data how they are using product, any issue they are facing. So I think intercom is best for cloud version, but Discord is for everything. You can use Discord for anything. Like if you are SaaS user, if you are self-hosting user, if you are running Novo in local machine, anything.
Yeah, and I will add a few more pointers to Discord. The fact that, for example, if you are posting on the support channel any question, so of course, as Pawan mentioned, you might just find the answers or conversations that are related to your question, the thing that you are wanted to ask. And we also few months ago integrated this bot or the solution that is called Inkeep, which is basically trained, like this is sort of um, AI helper that is trained on the data that is shared on Discord, in the Novu GitHub repository, in Novu Docs. So basically, this bot is the one which giving you the first reply. Yeah, here you can see in the screen the
Yeah.
Inky bot will be the first tier responder to basically any issue that you are facing. Sometimes it really kind of nails it and able to tackle and help you resolve issues very quickly without even waiting for another human being to chime in, maybe ask a bit more for clarification, because well, we're just leveraging the artificial intelligence technology, and we have this database of a lot of information that is being accumulated across very extensive period of time. And well, it's just smart to have it as a first tier responder. And when you are and it's also kind of prompting you if the answer was sufficient and was able to answer you, then you are marking the issue or the question as resolved. Or if the response wasn't really helpful, then you are asking for help, which indicates to the team or to the other community members that this issue is still relevant and the AI um, wasn't able to really resolve the issue that was presented. So just keep it in mind. This is, I think, a very cool and useful tool. And generally speaking, even if you are facing it with a very particular use case of yours in your business, in your project, and maybe someone is doing maybe something very close to what you are up to, then you can strike a conversation with that person and gain the knowledge and experience that they had to resolve this, and maybe just get their insights to your problem. So this is a very good place to share knowledge and to basically build upon the knowledge that is being shared by the community. So keep that in mind. And yeah, as Pawan mentioned, the intercom one is like if you want to if you are using the cloud version or basically the Novu regular version, then intercom is also kind of a very straightforward way for us to troubleshoot your particular use case or your particular scenario much faster, because we can cross-reference the data that is being linked to your account.
Yep.
Right. With that being said, Pawan, could you maybe go over one of the recent common questions that is being asked or something that you are facing regularly?
Yeah, definitely. So one of the question is that I get most of the time in push channel and chat channel. So this is the I have this screenshot from one of the conversation with one of the customer.
Hmm.
So what they are you can see here. Let me share my
Yeah.
screen. Mhm.
Yeah, you can we can just turn it on and off if you prefer it this way, like without you stop sharing your screen. So don't worry about it. All right.
Do you see my screen now?
So not yet. So if you will
Okay.
navigate, we will enable the screen sharing. Like we saw it. We just need to enable it
Mhm.
when you are on the right window. So
Okay.
tell me when we can switch um, to
Yeah,
your
yeah,
screen.
you can switch. Yeah, you can switch.
Okay, because right now we see the restream. So could you share the?
Okay, give me a minute.
Mhm.
Do you see
Yeah,
correct
now
one
I
now?
can see that. Yeah, good,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So you see this is a screenshot of the issue shared by one of the customer. Uh, you see some here is some data, but this is not very sensitive data. That's why I'm sharing with you because it doesn't
Hmm.
have secret key and other things. Subscriber ID is very common thing.
Hmm.
The main highlight is the issue. So you see the red one. There was a one or more errors when trying to execute the notification, and just I want to focus your attention towards this error particularly. Subscriber
Can you
doesn't have.
just do a bit of a zoom in into that, just
Yeah,
for a moment?
yeah, sure. So here you see this error. There was a one or more errors when trying to execute the notification. So if you if you go to any activity feed uh, and if you go to any if you click on any item, let's
Hmm.
suppose this workflow have two steps. So there will be two items, two steps, two execution details for two steps. This is the
Hmm.
first execution detail. This is the second execution detail. So for each step, there will be a timeline. Similar to that, this is the timeline for push step. Here you see, and this user is getting error. Subscriber does not have an active integration. So what
Hmm.
this error means, this is very common error that I get and user ask about it because Our push channel and chat channel. So let's take a simple channel, email channel and in-app channel and SMS channel as well. Those
Mm-hmm.
channels require, so email channel require email to be there in subscriber schema, subscriber properties. SMS requires phone number field to be there in subscriber properties. And in-app
Yeah.
doesn't require any special field like email, SMS. It just needs subscriber ID, and
Yeah.
Novu will send in-app notification to that subscriber because
Mm-hmm.
no in-app is a Novu's own provider, and Novu controls everything for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so but for push and chat, there is some extra step. So if I take you to our documentation and you go to integrations, I'm taking the push as a channel, and if I go to FCM, so if you see here, this is the first part is setting the FCM integration, taking the taking the service account details,
Could you do one
and
more zoom in, small
yeah, yeah,
one?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, wonderful.
Taking the FCM service account details. And so this is the second step that you need to do. Uh, Second step is adding the device token. And
Mm-hmm.
make sure before doing anything, you go to your integration store. So right now I don't have any push integration. So let me show you. If you search here FCM
Yeah.
or Firebase Cloud Messaging, this is a
Mm-hmm.
push provider. If you create a new integration in development environment, you can choose a development or production, whatever environment you want to create. You can add conditions as well, but I'm not adding any condition. I'm not doing anything. So right now you see here, this is a provider name. This is an identifier that will be auto-generated. You should enable it, and you should paste your service account JSON file that we have mentioned here,
Yeah.
the format. You should take it from your Google account, from your Firebase account. We have added steps as well. You can check the steps.
Mm-hmm.
You paste it here, the JSON file. Now you have integration set up. First step is this. Second step is you need to add the device token for particular subscriber to which you want to send push notification. So there can be multiple devices owned by this particular device, this particular subscriber. There could be there could be Android device, there could be iOS device as well. And this particular subscriber have subscribed to your product on website as well. So there can be three push device token. So you need
Mm-hmm.
to generate these device tokens in your client side, in your Android app, in your iOS app, or in your web app. We do have guides for this that as well. I'll share the links later, but we have guides for everything. You need to store the device tokens for that particular subscriber ID. This is the
Mm-hmm.
crucial step. Once you store this device token, then you should trigger the workflow. And why this error come? This error come either of the two steps, or it can be both of the steps. Either user have not created this integration,
Mm-hmm.
FCM integration. If a user is using push channel, if user is using chat channel, it could be Slack, it could be Discord, it could be MS Teams.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the thing. Other thing could be user has missed this, but the crucial step setting the device token for
Yeah.
push and setting the webhook URL for chat channel. So this is a Slack provider which is in the chat channel. You see
Mm-hmm.
here we have the updating the credentials webhook URL. This is main crucial step that you need to do before triggering the workflow. If you do these two steps perfectly, so this step is only one time, but this step should be done for each subscriber. And I will recommend to do this step when token is generated, when your user logs in into your application. So when your user logs in into your application, you should then only token is generated, and then you can store the token. So
So
when
basically,
you have. Mhm.
I just want to maybe see if I could clarify that that particular moment is what I guess one of the best practices here is when you are managing the user on your end. I'm not talking about the adding all the user data or the user credentials, like basically importing this from your existing user base. I'm talking about when you are handling creating new users in your database. The
Mm-hmm.
best practice would be when the sign up logic on your end in your app, for example, is happening, just
Mm-hmm.
make sure that the credential tokens for every device, the email, the phone number maybe of the user, or anything else, or any other channel that you would like to communicate with the users to, make sure to include this when you
Yep.
are triggering the create subscriber to Novu's API, to just ensure that you will not need to make this extra step. Just ingrain this in your sign up or registration logic, and
Mm-hmm.
just be done with it.
Yep.
Yeah, amazing. um so let's jump quickly to maybe the next thing that we would like to go over. So since we released the Novo framework and the way to build a code first workflow, um, we have introduced some steps that are including like basically every step that we had before in the previous UI. Right now, you can generate it via code, um, basically on your machine in your editor, and it would happen. So right now, we would like to go over some of those very maybe niche moments that could help you clarify something. So, Pawan, could you maybe lead us with the? Let's start with maybe with the skip feature.
Yeah, sure.
Let
So
us know
yeah,
when you are ready to share your screen.
okay. So yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So, you already navigated to the studio. Just already navigated and tell me that we will see that
Okay,
you are there.
okay. Yeah. Me.
Meanwhile, that is Pawan is spinning out the dev studio, basically to those who have not seen how to work with the preview environment or the studio environment as we call it. We right now are going to basically show you how it looks like. It's basically another local studio environment that is previewing your workflow that you are coding on your machine, basically on your local environment. So, Pawan, can we share right now? To Yeah.
Give me. You can share. Yeah, you can share.
Okay. Okay, we're good. So nice. The design is sort of similar to what you have already been exposed to in our regular user interface, but this environment, this particular environment, is much more for the developers. So, Pawan, could you maybe zoom in the screen a bit
Yeah.
of the
Uh,
studio?
okay.
Yeah, good, good. So just kind of give us a small walkthrough of how the workflows
Mm-hmm.
are being fetched. And also, if you could also switch to your actual workflow representation of this, the code representation of this workflow, just
Mm-hmm.
for small reference.
Yeah, sure. So here you see, this is my Novu local server is running, local studio server is running, and this is the local studio UI where you
Mhm.
see only one workflow. Here you see the first workflow, welcome, onboarding email, and just two steps. From where these are coming? These are coming from here, my Biz application, my
We
actual
don't
application,
see
which is
the application right now.
okay, okay. Let me just reshare. Do you see now
Yeah,
the VS Code?
now we see. No.
Okay, so this is the this is the local studio server that is running. You can see here the
Mhm.
tunnel URL, my dashboard URL, studio URL, and the endpoint, which will resolve the workflows. So
Mhm.
this tunnel URL can be considered as a bridge URL as well.
Could
So
you
here you
zoom
see
in
here,
the terminal then when
yeah.
yeah, good, 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 wonderful.
Mhm. Okay, so here you see my application. So this is my workflow definition. Here you see the workflow. This is the workflow ID. These
Mhm.
are steps. This is the first step, email step. I have only one step, email step. And here you see I have added the skip feature that we are talking about. What is the skip
Yeah.
exactly? Right now,
Mhm.
I will be commenting it out. I will show you exactly how this works. So now you see here, I have just simple workflow, having a workflow ID, having email step, and what this email step is doing, this have controls and payload. I have payload schema that I will take you to the payload schema.
Mhm.
So this is our payload schema where it has some team image, some this is a string and URL. We already have default values, and then we have the control schema as well. So yeah, this is a by default the boilerplate code that we generate when you use npx novu init. So
Mhm.
this will be available to you whenever you try to use the Novu workflows.
Yeah.
So here you see now if you see here, I'm not using skip. I just commented out skip. What I will do is I'll go to my I'll go to my Novo Studio here.
Yeah.
Here I will go to sync. I'll take the tunnel URL. I took this tunnel URL.
Mhm. By the way,
Now
meanwhile, I would like to welcome the other the new viewers and everyone who has joined us um, to see this live session. So feel free to comment if you are LinkedIn under the live stream. If you have any questions, something that you want like us maybe to touch. If you are on YouTube, same thing. Just go in the chat. And if you are Twitter, just same. Go under the actual live stream. You can tweet out what's on your mind and what you would like us maybe to go over, or just say hi. Yeah, let's go back to what we're doing now.
yeah. So I already showed you the workflow. This is very simple workflow having only email step.
Yeah.
Here I'm showing you how it looks like in our local studio or our
Mhm.
local studio UI. So here you see the trigger step where you can test the workflow. I'm not going to test right now. I will test directly in the UI.
Mhm.
Now here you see the preview of the step. This is a preview of email HTML that we have, and
Yeah.
this is the code. You have the step controls, you have the payload, and everything have default values. So we are done with that. Now,
Mhm.
what I want to do is I want to sync my changes to my cloud or to my actual dashboard. So
Yeah.
here you need this tunnel URL, your bridge URL, and if you click on the manual sync, it will sync all the changes. So you see here, sync successfully. Now you can visit the dashboard. Here you see
Mhm.
this is my organization name, and in the dashboard itself, this is the same organization because I have multiple organization. I just want to you just want to make sure that this organization name is same in dashboard and local studio, because in case you have multiple organization, then there can be mismatch where local studio is having different organization and your dashboard that you want to sync with have different organization. So just make sure
Mhm.
you are having the same organization. So my changes are synced already. You see here welcome onboarding email.
Yeah.
Now, if I trigger this particular workflow, let's suppose I'm triggering here. This have I'm sending email. I have subscriber ID. This is my email. I will be showing you in here how it looks like.
Mhm.
The payload values are by default pre-filled. I will just trigger the test workflow, and you see here this is the step timeline. Everything is working fine, and you see message sent. So now I received the email. So I
Yeah.
I have already sent this multiple times before our screen. So you can see
Yeah.
here this is an example just a few minutes, just 0 minutes ago.
Mhm.
Okay, this is this fine. Now, what I want to do is I want to see the capabilities of skip. So
Yeah.
let's take the use case. I don't want to send email. to my user if subscriber.email is not set. So if
Hmm.
email if subscriber if subscribe what is the subscriber? Subscriber is a end user that will be receiving the notification. If that particular subscriber doesn't have the email set in their subscriber field, you can
Hmm.
you can customize it how you want to customize. I'm just taking a very simple example. If subscriber doesn't have email, I don't want to send email. I just want to skip it. So now we will see how this works. Now I have changed the workflow. I've uncommented this skip. I'll go back. I'll go back. I go to send email here.
Hmm.
I'll sync again.
By the way, I will point out one thing. We just were talking about a common issue that users have with not having the push credentials set for the user. So, for example, the skip functionality in the workflow would be a very good solution if you would like to spin out the workflow and you don't necessarily have everything configured and all the token credential set in the users data fields, and
Mhm.
or maybe you are just not sure. Then you can put the skip if, for example, the user does not have FCM or FCM token or other push credentials embedded or enabled, and that way the workflow will not kind of stuck or will not fail just because you did not just because you forgot to add another data for your subscriber. That way you kind of have a sort of fail safe strategy.
Yep. It can be extended as per use case. The
Yeah.
use case that you shared, this could be one of the use case where you will have to use the subscriber dot channels, then credentials, the actual credentials. If this is set, then only send the push notification. If it is not set, then skip the push notification, and you will
Exactly.
not get
Yeah.
the error.
Hmm.
So yeah, now we were on the syncing step. I uncommented the skip. Now if I go to sync, this is already I've already pasted it last time, so it is already there. So I just need
Hmm.
to sync the changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. Uh, and if you see here, uh, I'll again test the workflow. This time I will take the curl. I'm taking this. I'm copying the code here, and I'm
Another terminal.
I'm in a new tab, and I'm just pasting it here,
Hmm.
and I'll be removing the email field,
Yeah.
and I will be creating a subscriber on the fly. I will be taking
Yeah. By the way,
subscriber.
this is one sort of a workaround for those who don't know. Um, so there is another way to create a subscriber, which is basically just create a dummy workflow and generate a subscriber ID with all the fields and basically trigger this workflow, and that will create automatically a subscriber in your subscribers database under the organization that you are triggering the workflow from.
Yeah. So I'm using the subscriber ID. I pasted the my API key, and
Yeah.
I'll rotate it after stream, so you don't need to worry.
Yeah, we're
And
good.
yeah, and now if I trigger this workflow, okay, there is some issue. Um, okay, let me quickly check the curl. If it everything, yeah, I need to remove the
Hmm.
extra comma, yeah, extra thing here.
Hmm.
And yeah, we are good. So
Yeah.
this workflow is triggered. You see here, I received
Yeah,
acknowledge
it's
true and I
acknowledged
received the
true. Right.
transaction ID.
Hmm.
Now, if I go to activity feed, you see it is being triggered. This was triggered at 2014, and now you see here 2045. And
Right.
you will see that step was filtered based on the step filters. So this is the same thing because skip functionality, we have added the skip functionality because this
Hmm.
particular subscriber, this is a new subscriber that we are creating on the fly. And this new subscriber doesn't have email. So
Yeah.
skip feature didn't send any email, and I can show you in my email as well. I didn't
Hmm.
receive any new email. So this is how skip is working, and you can use skip for anything. You can think of your use case and you can share with us. We will help you how you can use skip. So yeah.
Yeah, I will share maybe another kind of maybe a common use case. For example, if you are trying to distribute a particular email that has um, last name and first name of the person, but you want to validate that you are going to send this particular email only if the user or the subscriber has last name and first name um, like in the data, only then send this email. And if, for example, last name is missing, then don't send this email because the experience will be kind of a bit broken for the user, or anything like that. um, let's maybe talk about the custom step. To like, custom step is actually something that could be potentially almost anything, but one of the common use cases is to trigger another workflow. So Pawan, are we ready for that one?
Yeah, I just want to show the other use case as well before
Oh,
jumping
okay,
onto the custom
so
step.
we're going
So
to
here you
enable your
see,
screen again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can
Mhm.
enable the screen. So here
Yeah.
you see, I am using the email step. I'm using the in-app step as well. I just added the in-app step. Now I'm adding the delay step as well.
The delay one, right?
Yeah,
Hmm. By the way, for the folks who are joining or seeing this for the first time, please make sure to just go and see those workflows, code workflows that are already pre-made to understand maybe a bit better the syntax of the Novu framework, because this is basically a very, very powerful way to create complex and very creative workflows and ways to basically communicate with your users in particular, and to maybe create very interesting logic on the back end. So just make sure that you are really leveraging this technology the best way you can. We also
okay.
have, for example, okay, I think that right now you can see in the chat and in the comments links to the particular docs page that is walking you through how the process looks like and how to set your first code workflow and how to spin up your first local studio development environment, so you could really just test it out. Very soon we are actually might introduce also a playground where you would not need to even develop it locally to understand how it works, but for that you still, you need to stay tuned. I'm just I'm here to put a teaser on that one. So yeah,
Yeah,
Pawan,
yeah.
let's go.
So here you see another use case where I have in-app step. I have then delay. I'm using very small delay, like for 30 seconds only. You can have delay as per your use case.
Hmm.
Then I have the email step. So after sending the in-app notification, my my application will wait for let's suppose few minutes, for few hours, or it can be few days as well. And
Hmm.
then if my user has seen the in-app notification, sorry, my user has not seen the in-app notification, then only I will send email. So
Yeah.
I will not be sending the duplicate notification to my user. So this feature can be used for this use case as well. And you
Yeah.
can consider, you can send digested email, you can send push notification, you can extend it as per your use case. So this is also one of the thing that you can do.
Yeah, this is very powerful. Basically, for the people who have used the previous version of Novu on like basically building those workflows in the UI. It's basically the filter component or the filter steps that you are conditioning for this step to run or not. Like basically, if the user saw, then do this. If not, then do something else. It's like basic uh, else if kind of statements. And again, this is really helps you and enables you to build very powerful workflows. Um,
Yep.
all right. Do you want to go over the last maybe functionality, which is the digest one?
Yeah. I would like to go with the digest one with custom step. Let's go with
Yeah.
the custom step.
Oh, custom step. Right.
So
Good.
yeah. So now if I have right now I have the so right now I have this. I'm removing this in-app step and email step. I'm removing this skip as well.
Hmm.
I'm removing this control schema as well. I'm taking the very simple email step, and then
Yeah.
I will be using the digest step as well. So payload schema, let's keep it empty as of now. Yeah. So let's first add the digest step.
This is always so fascinating to see a person live coding.
So we have amount. I will be taking very small amount, like 30 seconds,
Hmm.
and then amount, and then we have another thing. We have unit. Yeah, we have unit, which will be seconds. Yeah,
Hmm.
I will be taking 30 seconds, and then I will be collecting those events const. Yeah, so I will be sending email.
So another way to call the digest app, um, it's also pretty commonly used. It's basically batching events or batching notifications to
Mhm.
not spam or overwhelm your users. And this functionality is really this is kind of a very game changer feature for high activity event based notification platform. So um, if you're
Yep.
not using it still, make sure you do. And if your if your users are complaining for receiving basically a lot of notifications from you, consider that feature.
Yeah, so I added the digest step. I added email step. Let me just quickly
Mhm.
check why it is failing. Invalid schema. Okay. Let me remove the payload. I don't need payload.
So another thing I will just clarify.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, is it working?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, good, nice.
So now I'll be syncing this. I'm taking the I'm taking my tunnel URL from here.
Hmm.
I'm syncing the changes. Yeah, I
Oh,
think I need to restart. Yeah, I need to restart this
it's
because
okay.
we have some session that lasts for I think for 20 minutes or something. So after that, we have to restart this local studio server.
It's fine. So meanwhile, you are going to restart the server. I will just point out to again, if someone is not really familiar with um, how the configuration of the steps in the code workflow works, you also have the ability to add the input schema and the payload schema for each step, which is adding an additional functionality that is actually empowering you to offload some of the, for example, content work for your marketing teams, for your product teams, and you are just controlling the environment and giving them to really play with the stuff that you could ensure that they are not going to break. This is kind of the main purpose of this type of ensuring having those input schemas in your workflows. Pawan, are we
Um,
ready for sharing the screen?
yeah, yeah. So I
Good.
have seen the changes. You can see here in my dashboard, I have the digest notification. Earlier,
Yeah.
only had email step. Now I have the digest step as well.
Hmm.
So I've already seen the changes. So now, right now, we have this workflow, only one workflow. Now, what I will to do, I'm going to do is I will create a new workflow, which is custom step workflow.
Yeah.
I will be building it from scratch.
Hmm. Also, there are many users who prefer to manage all their workflows or all the workflows that are related to a specific area in one file, and that way you are really able to expose all those workflows in this local studio environment and just manage multiple workflows at the same time. So basically, there is no real limit to how many workflows you can add within one file. I'm not sure if we are really tested how many workflows could be. But generally speaking, you just find the best way for you to develop and maintain your code, your workflows in your apps, and we just there to make sure that the experience is smooth and flexible as much as possible. So also, if you want to share your best practices, feel free to maybe leave it in the comments. If you are active on Twitter, maybe share your experience with code workflows and how it changed your way to interact and build notifications in general. And if you want to go into in-depth discussions with maybe other community members or even with the team, feel free to go to our Discord server and share with us your use case, the way that you are building, and why you're doing that. And we will be there to really just hype this up because we're really excited about it. And very soon we will start to share much more use cases and pre-built workflow templates that you could use in your use cases and projects. So have we created the second workflow already?
Yes, we do have
Okay,
second workflow. I have
nice.
the payload schema. Now I'm adding the custom step.
Hmm.
Um, step dot. This is a step dot custom. Yeah.
I think during the testing period of the code workflows, or when the custom step was released, one of the use cases that I was working on is basically use the custom step to execute another another function to basically add the the subscriber or the user that is being created in Novu also to my internal kind of another database, which basically means that within one workflow, I sending the notifications, and I'm able to actually create the logic of creating users for my application. And this is kind of very interesting way to utilize this particular kind of custom step. So it's really cool.
Yeah. So now I have the subscriber ID, and we need to add the payload as well. Okay. Um, it is failing. Yeah. We give me 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it on. We can wrap it in try catch.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is something missing. That's why it is giving error. Give me a minute.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, this is fine. Till now it is fine.
So basically here in the custom step, you are adding the script to trigger the other workflow, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we. Oh, okay. So this is how. Okay, so I'm doing this wrong. Wait. So this welcome onboarding email dot trigger. I can
Mm-hmm.
trigger another workflow here, and
Yeah.
then I can trigger to my subscriber dot subscriber ID, and payload. I don't want to send any payload. Okay, as string, and uh, I want to send success after this is triggered.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is not triggered, there is some error, there is some issue. I just want to
Yeah.
send the success false
Yeah.
and some error.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
one of the I will just want to highlight a potential use case for that is maybe you have one workflow that is handling the sign up process. Basically, I don't know, sending the um, one time password for your user when they are registering or signing up to your app, and
Hmm.
the other workflow could be much more of maybe nurturing your new user type of kind, like a welcome email that will be triggered, for example, in a day or in 2 days, which will have a different purpose. So basically, each workflow should has like if you are looking this from a user experience perspective, each workflow should has a purpose um, that you are trying to create the experience for your user, and that way it's coming really handy.
Yeah. So now you see I have already the old workflow, welcome onboarding email, and now I created the new workflow with custom step. This custom
Mm-hmm.
step is first we'll send email. So when there is some activity happening in my system, I'll send email
Mm-hmm.
as immediately. And then I can add some delay. I'm not adding in delay, but you can
Yeah.
add some delay. After some delay, you can trigger this custom step where you can do some custom logic. You can fetch any other API. You can call your DB. You can do anything that you want to do, and
Yeah.
then you can trigger another workflow as well. So what I'm doing is, so let's suppose take a linear. I a few days back I added one recipe where linear will send somebody comments on your ticket in linear. Linear will send you in-app notification And then Linear will send you a summary at specified time. It can be 8 a.m., it can be whatever you have configured. It will send
Hmm.
the summary of all the notifications that you have received last day at 8 a.m. The next day. So what you can do is you will send a in-app notification immediately, and then you will trigger this custom step. This custom step will trigger this particular notification where it will digest all the notifications, and then at the end of the at 8 a.m. it will send a email notification will the summary notification. This will be a summary notification. So this is
Hmm.
how this is the capability of custom step. And let me now sync the changes. So if I go to Novo Studio, this new step should reflect here. This new workflow should reflect here. Somehow it is not. Just give me a minute. Yeah, because I am not using it in my client. Now I need to go to API route. Uh,
Oh, you need to
I need to,
expose the workflow, the second workflow
yeah,
as well. Hmm.
yeah, that's how it will get. So now you see the
Yeah.
workflow is being
Hmm.
reflected here. I'm going to sync my changes again. Uh, Now I'll take the tunnel URL again, and
Yeah.
I'll go to the syncing part.
We also just publish in the chat or in the comments link to the recipe that Pawan is referring to. So
Hmm.
if you want, you can just save it, share it for later, and
Hmm.
go over this.
I think, yeah,
Um,
I need
is it
to
okay? You need to.
restart it
Okay.
again.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is a small bug that we this is a known bug, but yeah, the session is a bit not very large. Like it should be large enough, maybe some 1 hour, 2 hour, but right now it's small.
Do you
Okay.
think that a session that will be for, I don't know, for an hour maybe, or maybe a bit more, could be sufficient?
Yes, because right now I'm talking with you, I'm showing on the stream. That's why
Yeah.
it took me 15-20 minutes
Hmm.
until I last synced. So having a 1 hour, 2 hour session will be useful while testing,
Yeah.
because right now local studio is for the local testing. For
Exactly.
production, it is not there. Production will automatically sync. It just for local, we want to test everything. It's kind of a
Yeah.
manual testing. But for production, it will be happening automatically because if you see our we have GitHub, we have sorry, we have GitHub uh, actions as well. If I show you the platforms, and you see you can sync via CLI, and you can use the our GitHub action. It will handle whenever you commit a new change to your code. It will sync automatically. So you don't need to
Yeah.
use the local studio in production. So it's just for the development environment in your local
Yeah.
environment. So yeah, we are good
Yeah. Thank
with
you
that.
for thank you for pointing it out because it's really important to
Yeah.
highlight this part.
So now what I will do is I will trigger this workflow. I will trigger only this workflow, and in the custom step, this particular workflow will be triggered automatically.
Hmm.
I will show you activity feed. This is my activity feed. You see here,
Yeah.
uh, and you see here this is showing waiting pending state because uh, this did- didn't uh, this didn't send the
It
email. That's
doesn't
why it is showing
execute.
pending
Yeah.
state.
Hmm.
But yeah, now if I trigger this workflow, I go to test workflow. I can change the subject here
Yeah.
and trigger the workflow. I'll trigger one more time within 30 seconds because if you remember, we have 30 seconds digest window. I will trigger maybe one more time. So I triggered 3 times. So what should happen in the activity feed? Three triggers should be for this workflow and three triggers should be for this workflow. Yeah. So let
Mm.
me go there and refresh the activity feed. Okay, it is showing delete template, but let me see. Custom step, deleted template, custom step, deleted template, custom step, deleted template. So delete template is this welcome onboarding. But
Mhm.
now let's see. Yeah, so I received the first email notification, first notification in custom step, and then okay in that as well. But I didn't receive the actual notification for yeah because it failed to execute. Okay, there is some issue. Let me debug it. This particular workflow is being shown as deleted. I'm not sure why. Mm-hmm. Endpoint, okay. Let me sync the changes. Here it is showing as expected. Manual sync. Okay, this is fine. Now if I go to activity feed, now if I trigger this workflow independently, it is still showing this workflow as deleted template.
But you have
No,
also the
nope.
digest step there, no?
Yep.
The
I
30
have
second
digest step
digest.
there.
Hmm.
This is going. Digest step is going. I'm just checking why it is showing deleted template. Apart from that, all good.
Yeah.
Mhm. It is failing at sending the email. Did I receive anything? Yeah, I received the
Yeah.
correct 3 emails. This is fine. Now I'll sync again my changes. Okay. Mhm. Looks like there's some issue. Um, okay, what I can do is I can send the emap step instead of email if it is right now it is giving me error.
Yeah.
Okay, this is fine. Now seeing the changes. Okay, I'm still getting the error.
Yeah, it's
Um,
okay.
but I think API no action. Okay, this is API no. What is API no not route? I think I need to debug this. But I think user get the idea how they can use the custom step and how they
Yeah.
can trigger the workflow.
Yeah.
This is the exact thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, again, just to highlight um, the capabilities of the custom step is that you literally can put there almost anything. You can trigger other workflows, but you can also tie it to any other business logic or product logic that you want to tie together with the transactional or marketing kind of transition notification that you want to have with your users. So again, this is really cool feature. Um, and on this point, we're actually going to wrap up the session. So, Pawan, thank you so much for joining us. And I know that it's pretty late for you right now. I think it's past 10 p.m. probably,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Yep.
So really, thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you do for the community, for Novu users, for sharing your knowledge, for debugging tirelessly,
Hmm.
and just always pushing towards the breakthrough and actually making everyone succeed. So I know that I really appreciate you. We at Novo
Hmm.
in general really appreciate you, and I know that the community and our users really appreciate you. So really, thank you so much, man.
Hmm. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me, first of all. And yeah, it was fun. We got into some error, but definitely it's time to debug. I'll debug and I'll update the recipe as well. But yeah, let me know if you have any question. You can message us in Discord, and you can message us in Intercom as well. But Discord is also fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
all good.
absolutely. So Discord is the main place that you can share your knowledge with other community members and to get insights from other community members and
Hmm.
just make sure that your issues and the stuff that you are facing um, could be also delivered um, in the full context that you are facing them to other maybe users and people who are facing same stuff. And in general, it's just kind of a place to raise a discussion, share valuable insights, suggesting features, but we are really just available for you, for each of you, in any convenient place that you find. And on that note, really thanks to everyone who has joined us. We really appreciate that. We went a bit over time, but I think it's definitely worth it. And you can watch the live stream, the recording of the live stream after we will finish. So don't really worry if you miss something or joined a bit late. Just find it on our YouTube channel. So again, thank you everyone so much for